Good evening, Crusader fans. We are live for the first time in over a year from Coach Tom Mitchell Field, and we've got the Christian Brothers Cup here for you. Brother Rice versus St. Lawrence in soccer. I'm Aiden O'Connor. With me tonight is Brian Dalgell calling his first soccer game. Brian, how are you feeling?
Pretty good to be here, watch some Crusader soccer, and hopefully they can pull out a win here.
Brian, Crusader fans are led back to Tom Mitchell Field by public address announcer Dana Alexander. Yes, our Dana Alexander doing the PA tonight for the soccer team. Leading fans back here for the first time in over a year to Coach Tom Mitchell Field. It's never felt better to be here, and it's never felt better to sit down, get ready for a Brother Rice soccer game. It's going to be Hardiak, Risti, Casey, Barsh, Lafrano, Harris, Guzman, Harris, Khan, and Haladik. That's Bruce Harris and Roman Harris. And starting between the pipes tonight for your Crusaders is Oscar Cerritos. He was a game-time decision. He looked great out there in warm-ups, and he's getting the nod here tonight. As the Vikings are led up to get this game started. Just a note, you see on your camera, there's some rain in front of the screen. That's because if you have not been outside today, it is raining. You should get outside at some point. It's not healthy to stay inside all day. But the rain is coming down hard here, and that is the reason that you cannot see. It's either the window gets wet or our brand new camera gets wet. So we chose the window, and we are underway here, Crusader Soccer at Coach Tom Mitchell Field. The Vikings take possession early. That's Valente Lara on the left side. Up top to Pedro Pendoja. Pendoja challenged there by Max Guzman, the senior. Right side, that's back to Lara. Lara pressured by Riste. Lara bringing it to the front to Thomas Shisheki. Drawn back to the captain, the D-man, who boots it up. Somewhere in the general direction of Ruben Perez. It sails over his head. Throw in for the Crusaders. It's Morgan Riste who gets it up. Crusaders are 0-3 to start the season. Not the start they were looking for. They lost to Marist 5-0. Excuse me, 0-2. 1-2. Wow. Hot start here. Losses to Marist and St. Ignatius, 5-0 and 3-0. I had it written down. I just didn't read it. And a win against Deal Sale on Saturday. 2 goals scored by Justin Hardiak and 1 goal scored by Brendan Nye, with a great assist by Matt Lafrano on Nye's goal. Meanwhile, on this side, Cerritos makes a diving save, and right away he's down. This is worst-case scenario for Coach Prunkle's team here. We talked about how Cerritos was a game-time decision. He had a wrist injury that was preventing him from playing. He fought through it in warm-ups. And on the first shot on goal, on a big save nonetheless, Cerritos goes down. Trainer Kyle Watson out there. I would not be surprised if, even if he feels fine, he gets pulled from this one. Oscar, we talked about it. 2 games. They lost 5-0 and 3-0. The score doesn't tell the story there. Oscar Cerritos has stood on his head out there for the Crusaders. A young defense, different defensive formats. I talked to Danny Wallace. He said at first they were doing 3 men back, then they went to 2. Whatever seemed to work. Different defenses playing in front of Cerritos. We weren't sure what they were going to see. Cerritos wasn't sure what he was going to see day in and day out, and it looks like he's going to stay out there. So this is definitely something to watch for the rest of the game. Backup goalie for the night is Josh Harris, the freshman from Oak Lawn Hometown Middle School. Will remain on the bench. Cerritos will remain in the game. He was pointing to his head, so maybe not that wrist that was preventing him from maybe going at the start. And he boots a short kick. Center of the field up to Justin Hardiak, the leading scorer for the sophomore kicking Crusaders. He scored every goal except for 1. I believe that was scored by Elias Morris, that final goal. He probably had 20 goals that season. Left side, drawn out of bounds. Good hustle there by Matt Lafrano, who wins possession for the Crusaders. Joe Haladik to throw it in. Joe started playing his sophomore year. Played soccer at St. John Fisher. He didn't really think about playing in high school. Didn't play freshman year. Showed up on the sophomore team. Didn't get a lot of playing time, and he's fought for every minute that he's getting here on this varsity level. He's been starting every game so far, and I was a teammate of his on the sophomore team, and he didn't play that much. Worked his butt off every practice, and this is what hard work is going to get you, a starting spot on the varsity team your senior year. Throw-in goes awry for the Crusaders. Goal kick, St. Lawrence. Brian, a slow start here.
Yeah, very much. I think the Crusaders need to get the ball in offense a little bit more and try.
And that's been the MO for the Crusaders all season, getting the ball in the offensive zone. Only about 4 shots on goal combined. In the first 2 games against De La Salle was better. Clearly they had 3 goals and a lot more shots on the keeper from De La Salle. But so far here is a different story, and they're going there. They don't have an easy matchup here. Their first home game, looking to go 500 here. The St. Laurence Vikings have been a powerhouse. We talked about how this is the Christian Brothers Cup. St. Lawrence versus Brother Rice. Brother Rice has not won the Christian Brothers Cup since 2014. So it's been quite some time since the Crusaders were on top. Coach Matt Prunkle flipping from one side to the other along the way, looking to get the Crusaders back on top here 7 years later. Header there from the captain, Brian Barsh, of the Crusaders, drawn towards the far sideline. Crusader ball, throw in Hladek. Gets it to the middle of the field to Bruce Harris, the freshman, who's been getting a lot of playing time here at the varsity level. Very surprising. You can just see, over Coach Prunkle's tenure, very short tenure at Brother Rice, you really saw, before he was here, a lot of seniors playing on varsity, and that was kind of it. He's given these younger players these chances, because when someone like Jack Finnegan leaves, and I mean, I could talk all broadcast about Jack Finnegan, but when someone like him leaves, you need those younger kids to step up and be able to play. Meanwhile, in the offensive zone here, nice defense by Louis Kahn to stop that chance for the Vikings. That is number 21 for the Vikings, Jesse Cardiel. Cardiel dealing with it here. They're going to play it back to their back man here, their sweeper. Left side, that is Valente Lara, again, the senior captain. A lot of players wearing gloves here tonight. I don't know what's up with that. Doesn't seem, I don't know. Not that cold out. I can't use your hands anyway in soccer, but nevertheless, players on both sides going with the gloves today. It's going to be a throw-in. Joe Hladek, again, he's been manning most of those. Some confusion near the Crusader bench. Coach Prunkle obviously wants it to go his team's way. The official in question. It's going to be a free kick for Brother Rice. Not a throw-in. Some sort of pushing and shoving action, I would assume, on that sidelines, which is something that Crusaders have not done a lot of. Their first 3 games, they have not been very physical, as there's a nice collision there by Louis Kahn to push another player off the ball. That's what you need in soccer. I'm not saying you got to go out there and kill guys, but you need to put a body on a body in this game to be able to win. Taken away by Harris. One of 2 Harrises in the starting lineup here with the Crusaders. No substitutions in yet for either side. We expect to see Danny Wallace here very shortly. You immediately see Wallace signaling that it is his team's ball and clapping on the bench. Believe they're going to award possession to the officials dealing with it right now to the Crusaders. So Wallace gets his way here. Another throw in for Joe Hladek. Hladek to the middle. That is freshman Bruce Harris had a decision to make. He made the right one. Playing it back. Restay lost the ball. Chance for the Vikings here. Nice stop there by Chris Casey on the back to prevent any further offense. The middle pass mishandled by the Vikings. Crusaders playing very good defense here in this one. The offense obviously hasn't been there yet. As the cross goes right to Cerritos, and he gathers. Oscar Cerritos, the 2-year varsity starter for the Crusaders, played on the sophomore team his freshman year. As Danny Barry stands up and begins to loosen on the sidelines. Haven't seen him in the first 3 games for the Crusaders, but he is an outstanding defensive player. He was an outstanding defensive player, Coach Prunkle moving him up to striker at the end of last year after his late game heroics against Marist. You saw he had a header. We were here. I believe it was a Saturday morning. Crusaders fell in a shootout, but Danny Barry, in very outstretched minutes of the game, had a chance. Meanwhile, here's a chance for the Vikings, who cross. Good header by Joe Hladek to get it out there. Shot on goal. Easy for Cerritos. Another save. That's 3 for Oscar so far. Just a note for you here, too. The scoreboard at Coach Tom Mitchell Field is out. So to be quite honest, we have no idea how much time's left, but it's soccer, so the clock will run So we've got about 33 minutes and counting here. Barring anything extreme, the clock will run. I've been told the signal to stop the clock is 2 hands as an X up in the air. Des Bryant-esque stoppage here. We'll see if we get that, but we play on. Left side played up. Nice defensive touch there by Max Guzman. Crusaders trying to get some offense here early in this one. We got a cross. One chance. Cerritos missed it. Great defensive play to get on the ground, and he sails it. Louis Kahn says no. You see Oscar Cerritos getting very vocal with his defense there. I can tell you firsthand, you make a defensive error in front of Oscar Cerritos, you're going to hear about it, and not in a bad way at all. Oscar's going to tell you where you needed to be, what we could have done better, and how we're going to fix it. I mean, I'm not the caliber of player that these 4 are out there, so obviously I heard it a lot more, but Oscar's going to tell you what you need to do, and he told his players what he needs to do there, and Louis Kahn made an outstanding defensive play, much like the one Brian Barsh made against St. Ignatius to stop a goal last week. Brian, from what you've seen early in this one, the Crusaders mainly playing defense. What do you think they need to do to get some offense going?
I think it's going to get some more steals. I think they're doing a really good job on defense, though. It's going to get the offense running a little bit more.
The offense almost invisible here for the Crusaders, but score stays 0-0. Might be too hot for St. Lawrence to handle. However, he does save it to be a throw-in instead of a goal kick. A nice hustle play there by Valente Lara as a substitution in for the Crusaders. Believe that is Lufrano out. Brendan Nye in, goal scorer this weekend. Brendan Nye getting some very serious minutes here. Oh, he's a junior. I thought he was a sophomore. Junior from St. Germain. That's 3 Germaniacs on this team. 4. I'm at 5. Wow. St. Germain heavy roster here for the kicking Crusaders. Hardiak, Wallace, Hayes, Wojcik. Wow. Soccer powerhouse St. Germain represented very well here on the Brother Rice team. Meanwhile, left side cross from St. Lawrence. Nothing doing. Goal kick, Cerritos. Brian, you got any soccer in your background?
I played a little bit when I was up till 4th grade. Okay at it.
Yeah, it's like the scene from The Office when Jim talks about how he plays soccer. He said, "Yeah, I was on the red team." So I'm sure everyone played soccer at a very young age, but not a lot of people stick with it. That's a push. Thank you. It's going to be a little too rough for St. Lawrence as they took down Harris. Bruce Harris, the freshman, gets taken down. It's going to be Brian Barsh with the free kick as you see Danny Berry approaching the scorer's table. Barsh skies it towards the goal. Header by St. Lawrence. Hardiak couldn't get a head on it. Was close for Justin Hardiak. Meanwhile, the Crusaders are going to retain possession. There's a great defensive play there by Thomas Shisheki. So Chris Casey, the senior left back, will get the throw in. And he gets it to Barry right away. He uses his lengthy build to stretch it up for the Crusaders. Almost a takeaway there for Brother Rice. That was Roman Harris. Too many Harrises here. We talked about Cerritos' nagging injury. If he wasn't able to go, the starting goalie would have been Josh Harris. That makes 3, much like the 3 Garcia outfield for the White Sox a few years ago. You can only have so many on the field. I think I'm confused enough here with 2 Harrises. I think the third would just end it all for me. It's going to be very confusing, but not an issue we have to deal with at the moment. Hopefully we don't have to deal with all game, as Cerritos has been very strong in between the pipes. With about half an hour left here in the first half. It seems odd to say half an hour left, but soccer scoring. Very long halves, 40-minute halves. Barry trudging along, can't win possession there. Nice turn and flip for the Vikings. But nevertheless, they are going to get a chance on the right side. That is number 7, Ruben Perez to the middle. Shot. Saved by Cerritos. Tips it away. Oscar standing on his head out there early. We talked about it earlier. He's been great in the first 3 games for the Crusaders and continues his hot streak here. Corner kick is going to be taken by Thomas Shasheki, the D-man coming all the way up. So the Crusaders did a lot of last year with Matt Rogers, who we'll get to in a bit. Header on goal, right side, goal. St. Laurence Vikings. 1-0 lead for the Vikings here. Didn't look as if anyone was covering the right post for Cerritos. And that's the result you're going to get. Got a little Tebow-esque celebration there. Gets down on one knee for... If he keeps running, I can get his number and get you his name. Gives the fans a nice thumbs up. That is number 10, Valente Lara. We've said his name more than a few times here. That's the D-man coming all the way up, getting his head on it, and getting the early tally for the Vikings. 1-0 your score here. It's a little under half hour left. Crusaders need to get something going on offense if they want a chance in this one. Meanwhile, taken back by the Vikings for Nathan Lara. Possibly some sort of relation there between him and Valente, the recent goal scorer. Back to Valente. One is a senior and one is a sophomore. Right side to Jesse Cardiel. Left foot won't go anywhere. Blocked by his own teammate, Andreas Lemus. Linus, I think, actually, much like the coach. That is back to Lara. He's been a busy man here. Tries to get it inside. Can't. Brendan Nye is going to have to do something with it. Gives it back to Ruben Perez. Lara playing it back. Vikings not seeming to attack as much as you think they would, Brian.
Yeah, I think Crusader defense really just showing what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, a goal off a corner kick is, I won't say business as usual, considering scores in most soccer games are very low, but that's where you're going to get the majority of your goals are on corner kicks, goal kicks, and to not allow you can say a goal in, I don't want to say regulation, but, you know, a goal not off a corner kick, a penalty kick, so far has been very good for the Crusader defense. But they need to get that offensive side of the ball working. No shots on goal yet. Cerritos doing his job and a half in between the pipes for the Crusaders. Right side, shot, slow chopper, needs to get cleared out of there. No. Brian Barsh got called for a push there. He was playing the ball. Oh, actually, they're going to call that on St. Lawrence. Wow, great acting by Brian Barsh there. They say half of soccer is the acting, and Brian did the job there. I thought it was called on him, the way he was taken back at himself. We have a sub here for the Vikings. One of their strikers goes out. And coming in for the Vikings is number 17, Eric Loyola. How about Loyola this weekend, Brian? Did you hear me? No, never mind. I said, how about Loyola this weekend? Taking down Illinois.
Oh, yeah, that was a big upside in the tournament. I had Illinois going all the way in my bracket, kind of.
At a certain point, the brackets go out the window and you start cheering for the upsets. That was probably me the second game. It happens every year, but this year has been crazy. Marquise Kennedy, former Brother Rice Crusader, playing amazing. Cameron Krutwig, big man doing God's work in the middle there for Loyola University Chicago. Sister Jean doing God's work as usual. I'm pretty sure that's in her job description. But meanwhile, left side cleared out by, I believe that was Brendan Nye. Brendan Nye and Brian Barsh look very similar out there. Both playing great. Valente Lara, right back for the Crusader, pressured by Nye. Nye's running all over the place here. Vikings take it back. Right side, nice. Nice, yes. Very nice slide tackle. I forgot the word for a second. Slide tackle. I want to see a lot more of those. Nye tries to get it to Barry. Stopped by Lara again. Valente Lara having a massive impact on this game early. No substitutions in a while for the Crusaders. Danny Wallace's name yet to be called. In case you weren't here for the start, we have some weather in the area. In case that camera isn't as clear as you'd like it to be. Although it doesn't look bad right now. You got a few raindrops to deal with, but nothing compared to the start of the game. A lot of fans here in umbrellas. How about fans being here? I didn't even think about it. We're just so used to it at this point. I believe IHSA says 20% capacity. It's pretty full here.
Yeah, it'll be a great atmosphere for the players to maybe get the cheering going on, maybe get the momentum going again.
Interesting to see if we will see any percent of Crusader crazies for home soccer, football, rugby, lacrosse, baseball, track. Shot from a mile away, up and good. I don't think I forgot anything, but 20% fans in Brother Rice is still a pretty good number, and I think any number at this point is good. Baseball stadium's opening back up. Cubs and Sox open up on the 1st. Interesting to see how that goes, how ticket sales goes, but it's just great to have fans back in all the stadiums. Basketball is even a different. You talk about that Fenwick game. You talk about any of those games. It was different with just the players in there. Meanwhile, we have a cross. Good defense there by Brian Barsh. Even with just the players' parents and family in there, I think it was 4 guests a person. It was different. All those games that came down to the wire. Marist was the only game that I think fans could have really. I mean, we beat Marist by 20, and it felt like it was any old game. But that was where the Crusader crazies were really missed. We got ball floated high up in the sky here, mistouched by Ruben Perez. Crusader ball. Connor Durkin watching at home. Avid Brother Rice soccer fan. Cerritos is going to have to hustle here. He covers. Brian, we've got a pretty busy week this week. Today we've got soccer versus St. Lawrence. If I'm correct, today's Tuesday, right?
Yes, it is.
Thursday we have a game against Fenwick. Always a good one when the Friars come to town. Myself, I believe Jack DiMatteo will be on the call there. Saturday, the Mustangs come over to 99th and Pulaski, St. Rita. That was a great game last year here on Brother Rice TV. Brother Rice, St. Rita. Always a good one, Southside rivalry. And then I believe it's football time.
Very excited for football to get back rolling and hopefully be pretty good this year and make it far in the playoffs.
The first game against Providence, they look great. Josh Bell, we talked about it before. He'd be a number 1 running back on any other team. Interesting to see what Willie Shaw does playing-wise. If he's able to come back, he's had that surgery in the offseason. But Josh Bell looked great. Jack Lausch looked great. You can go on and on. We don't want to give it was just awesome. Vikings almost playing keep away with it here. Crusaders yet to have a shot on goal. It's Thomas Shasheki up the left side. Rain picking up here. Coach Tom Mitchellfield playing through the elements. Might be what those gloves are for. All those players wearing gloves. Right side dealing with it. Back to Shasheki. Can't shoot. Pressured by Louis Kahn, who's got a hustle to the left side. Cross. Still in play for the Vikings. Ends up saving it. The official was actually looking the other way. That's probably not helpful. Ball floated in the Crusader zone. Crusaders need to clear. They can slow it down, but they can't clear yet. It's number 21, Jesse Cardiel, to the left side. Back to Shasheki. Pressured from behind by Justin Hardiak. There's our first sign of the rain here. Louis Kahn slips. Hardiak running 1.5 miles. He's testing his 40 time there. He pushes one man out of the way. That's what we like to see. Oh! Went for the body on the other one and caught nothing but grass. That's the effort you like to see if you're Coach Prunkle, though. You need to put a body on these guys and find a way to win the ball. So far, that's the play of the game for the Crusaders. Hardiak running about 40 yards, which isn't saying much. some sort of whistle here. Yellow card. We got a yellow card. I think it's on Rice. I think they gave it to Joe Hladik. Nope, I could be wrong. We'll see who gets the free kick here. If you know Joe, although some of you don't know Joe was the joke, but if you do know Joe, you know that there's nothing that could have came out of his mouth that would have warranted a yellow card. He's one of the best kids around. Two officials discussing it. As Matt Lafrano begins to warm on the Crusader bench again. Officials talking it over. The St. Lawrence coach waiting, anticipating at the front near the scorer's table. I don't know what's going on here. I hate to say it, but the way that the official is talking to the Viking coach leads me to believe that the yellow card is on St. Lawrence. And this is going a little longer than expected. Some sort of argument going on. So after all that, only one card gets pulled out of the deck of cards. I don't know where they keep them, but it is Crusader ball. The yellow card was issued to the Vikings, and we play on. I believe 2 yellow cards get you out of the game. I wouldn't know from experience, but I believe it's 2. 1 red or 2 yellows will do it for you. Up to number 0. Haven't seen this guy all game. Marcos Martinez getting some touches here. Matt Lafrano getting ready to check back in. Floated to Valente Lara, who looks like he's going to be able to take it himself. And he does. Lara works with it up top and gets it to Shasheki. Shasheki left side. Left-handed. I'm used to basketball. Left-footed boot. Stopped by Brian Barsh. Dribbling between all the Crusaders, it seems like, was Shasheki. Shot on goal. Cerrito says no. 1-0 remains the score. About 20 minutes left here in the first half. Crusaders playing outstanding defensively. Cerritos standing on his head. I've said it at least 4 times. I think I got to find a new saying, but words cannot describe how Oscar Cerritos is playing here. Nursing an injury and still playing in this game. But the Crusaders are yet to have a shot on goal. That needs to be priority number 1 for Coach Prunkle's team. Coach Prunkle and Coach Kevin McAlinden. Of course, the sophomore coach Dave Manessis helping out wherever he can. Coach Linus, one of the greatest coaches I've ever worked with. Coach Linus, he just heck of a soccer player too. If you know Coach Linus, he's a character. Those 2 men in the sophomore team this year, Prunkle and McAlinden here on Varsity. I believe they have another assistant coach. Oscar Garcia and Evan Straylau. Mr. Straylau helping out with soccer this year. New Brother Rice biology science teacher managed by Gabe Gutierrez, who's working the huddle camera in the box next to us. With Devlin Harris and Matt Rogers, who we haven't talked about yet. Both of them nursing an injury. Talked to Devin before the game. He's not sure how long that's going to be. Matt Rogers hoping to come back sooner rather than later. Obviously don't know yet. Justin Hardiak missed the first 2 games. He came back and scored 2 goals like it was nothing. He missed the second game. He's still not 100%. We talked about Oscar struggling with that injury before the game. This team is not at 100%, and it's interesting to see what they can do when they are at 100%. And we talked about 100%. I don't know why I haven't said his name 4 times yet. Jack Finnegan, biggest loss. The Crusaders, I mean, I don't want to say there's one player who can make a difference on a team, but that was Jack Finnegan. Gatorade Player of the Year last year. I actually, Brian, I haven't told you this story, but I was looking for, meanwhile, got some sort of foul on Roman Harris. Nice physical play there. And the play started up right away. Right side. That's Marcos. Goes up top. Header. Missed by a little bit. So I was looking through the game last year against Hubbard. Brother Rice playoff game against Hubbard. I think it was myself, Jack DiMatteo on the call. 8-0, 9-0, something in that area. Final score. Crusaders just took care of business in that one. As Danny Wallace. Nope. Maybe. Nope, that's not Danny Wallace. Close. Morgan Riste gets back on the field. Hubbard, 7, 8, 9 goals, something along those lines. I was looking to, we've been doing these pregame shows, find highlights of goals from last year, players who are still on the team. If Rice scored 8 goals, Finnegan scored 7. He was that type of player. Patrick Carney was the other one who had a goal in that game. Nice little tap in for Patrick, who's also injured here, I believe. Just another piece of the puzzle missing for Coach Prunkel. Could have had a chance there if Lafrano could get a foot on it, but he couldn't. Nothing against Matt. It was just out of his reach. Restay. Reigns possession, just bodied off the ball there by the Vikings. That's what physicality is going to do to you. That was Nate Lara. Crusaders still without a shot on goal. Got about 17 minutes and change left in this one, we think. Said before, the scoreboard is out. Hopefully they get that fixed in time for, ideally, that's out of bounds, Crusader ball. Ideally, in 2 days for the next soccer game, maybe on Saturday. Then you got till next Friday for the football game. Running clock in soccer, I mean, it's not like football where you're going to know if you need an extra point, you need to go for 2. Putting the ball in between the pipes the same amount of points. Here, you can remember those lower numbers. In soccer, you're not going to get blowouts unless we bring Hubbard in for some sort of scrimmage. But in football, you need that scoreboard going, and I assume, I can almost guarantee that scoreboard is going to be up and going. Speaking of up, Joe Haletic gets upended unintentionally on the right side. Barry trotting along the sidelines again, getting ready to go. Missed the first 3 games. You expect once he gets a few games under his belt for him to be an everyday starter for this team. We'll see if that happens. We've got a push on the Crusaders. No, the Vikings. Yes, the Wallace watch is still in full effect. Another avid soccer fan, Quinn Clifford, watching at home. Coach Prunkel drawing up some sort of set play here. It's a word I learned last year calling soccer games. Guess it's some sort of play, like as you would in any other sport. I thought you kind of just look for the goal. See if the Crusaders can find the goal here, or at least a shot. Hustling is Hardiak. Not quick enough. 1 too many bounces. Send the ball out of bounds. Although someone touched it, and Hardiak's going to take the corner kick here. Crusader ball. Viking coach not happy about that one. Bruce Harris, the freshman, is going to take it. We got a sub. Barry in for Hardiak. Nope. Not Hardiak. Justin's going to fall back to midfield, I think. Barry going to striker. Roman Harris coming out. Corner kick. Not much air under that one for Harris. Goes off St. Lawrence. Let's see if he can win the battle on the side. He can. Viking fans not happy here. And I don't know why. Kick is up and good by Hardiak. Feels good to hear fans screaming at the refs again, honestly. Viking fans not happy about that last call. From here, I wish I could tell you what happened. We're about 50 yards away from the action. But I'm going to assume it was the right call since Rice got the ball. But quick shout out to our ball boys here tonight. There's 2, looks like maybe grade school kids working the sidelines, shagging those balls for the Crusaders. Normally that's the duties of the sophomore team, but I believe they are on the road right now. They played at St. Lawrence at 6. The sophomore edition of the Christian Brothers Cup. Coach Dave, Coach Letus seeing what they can do, seeing if they can get a win They've been fairly good this season, I am pretty sure. Talked about Brother Rice's record. We haven't talked about Lawrence yet. They're 4-0 right now. They beat Nazareth 5-0, Providence 5-1, Marmion 4-1, Montini 8-0. Pure dominance for Kyle Bukaloo, if I have that correct. I don't know. His boys. A nice 4-0 start. Never go wrong with that. Coach Prunko looking to get back towards 500. Left side. Up top, the track meet continues for the Vikings. That's Marcos Martinez. Right side, a nice little nifty move there from Andreas Lemus. Gonna play it back again. Doesn't seem like a very aggressive attacking point for the Vikings here. You'd be surprised considering they've scored 4, 3, 8 goals a game. Martinez, right side. He should have shot it. He should have shot it when he had a chance, but he does anyway. And he sails it. He had an open shot after the first move. Didn't take it. Got greedy, drove in, looked for a closer shot. Didn't go his way. About 13 minutes and 40 seconds left here. Aiden O'Connor, Brian Dollagall here. Coach Tom Mitchell field for the first time in over a year. It's never felt better to be back up in this booth. It's a cold booth tonight. Normally it's hot up here. Nice header there. Nice strong header there from the Vikings. They keep possession. You can hear Coach Prunko from up here. Run, 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 run. This is a 1-0 game. This is still a game. Quick recap. The Vikings scored off a corner kick header. Cerritos had no chance at it, but anything he's had a chance at, he saved. Meanwhile, he saves another one. Rebound. Cleared out of there by Brian Barsh. Smart play there by Brian just to kick it out of bounds. It's what you're told to. It's what you're taught to do as a defender. Just get that ball as far away from your goalie as possible, even if it means your team losing possession. Trainer Kyle Watson, Athletic Director Jim Prunny, all on the sidelines here tonight for the Crusaders. Along with the coaches. A full house, you could say, for the Crusader sideline. Corner kick here. Interesting to see. We got a man on both pipes. That's what you want to see if you're Cerritos. That was the problem with the first goal. Corner kick, left side, left foot, up in the air. Nothing doing. Let's see if Nye can clear this out. He's going to need help from Matt Lafrano. The shifty forward gets in there. Number 11 clears that out. Nice aggressive play there by Barry. Nice of him, too, to help him up. That's the physicality you need. But nevertheless, Viking ball. Nobody warming in either bullpen. And by bullpen, I mean behind the benches. I don't know. Force of habit, I guess. Free kick here. You got a little bit of a wall here. 2 men there. Skied up in the air. It could curve in or it could curve straight out of bounds. Cerritos doesn't even have to worry about it. Nothing doing for the Vikings. So we will have Cerritos on a goal kick. Up top, Barry couldn't get a head on it, but Jesse Cardeal could from the Vikings. Vikings last met the Crusaders, varsity basketball, looking to take care of business, keep the Crusaders from winning the Catholic League Blue. Spoiler alert, they couldn't. Brother Rice took that. Brother Rice took the Catholic League this year, 12-1. Coach Frazier, Coach of the Year. Ahmad Henderson and Colin Kazemi, CCL all first team and second team respectively. I believe Frank Kania, Brandon Bryant, and Luke Moustakis got considerations for all team. Not all team, all conference. So a great year for Crusader basketball. Great year for Crusader golf. Their star Quinn Clifford committed to play at the next level, Illinois Wesleyan. Cross country, great year. Nehemiah Ray, I believe, just yesterday, it was in the announcements this morning, but he broke a school record for a track event. So athletics looking up here with the home stretch coming soon. And we say the home stretch, we haven't even had a football game. Haven't even had a baseball game here. Brian, you and I going to be hitting the lacrosse field eventually, early April.
Yes, we are.
We will have games of every sport coming to you live from Brother Ice TV. Tell you what, we're going to be short-staffed. Meanwhile, Cerritos almost short-staffed there on defense. I mean, I think half of us they're called summer sports this year, have some sort of summer sport. Dirk's on the diamond. You, me, Paul, Kevin playing lacrosse. Wiz playing lacrosse. Good 2/3 of the Brother Ice lacrosse program filtered by Brother Ice TV.
It's good to see sports back, though, and having some fans in the stands for the soccer game.
Yeah, especially for seniors. Especially the summer sports seniors. We talked about baseball, lacrosse. I wasn't able to play lacrosse last year. Nobody was able to play lacrosse last year. No baseball. No volleyball. That's what we forgot. Sean Mahanes and the boys. Coach Dwyer going to be getting ready to spike, serve, hit, I think, dig. All those good volleyball terms coming to you live on Brother Ice TV. Can the Crusaders get a shot? No. Got some sort of 3-on-2 here. Taken away. Great defensive play there by Chris Casey. Brian, in case you're wondering, Blackhawks tied 1-1 with the Panthers.
Hoping to see the Blackhawks have a great season this year, and we're missing their one of their star players, Jonathan Tays.
Yeah, that's big time. Anthony Duclair just netted a goal for the Panthers, old friend of the program, Chicago Blackhawks. Wish we had Duclair back, one of my all-time favorites. Not all-time, one of my favorites, but I mean, Chicago sports too. Bulls, I think the Bulls are sitting around 500. Right side, almost got through. Thad Young, Thomas Sadaransky, Luke Cornett, the Chicago Bulls looking good. Sox starting up soon. I think that's all.
Excited to see what the Sox can do for the season. Hopefully make it pretty far.
Oh, they will. Don't worry. Sox beat the other Chicago team today 3-1, spring training action. Free kick might be a goal kick, but just taken by the sweeper. We have about 7 minutes left. I forgot how long soccer games are. At 40 minutes a half. 1-0, St. Laurence Vikings lead. The Christian Brothers Cup. Wow, we might have been way off. We either have a timeout or halftime. I think I'm calling this halftime. Right? What do we think? General consensus, Brian, what do we think?
I think it's halftime, too.
It
The
looks a
players
lot like
are
halftime to me.
walking out into the huddle, looks like.
So on that note, Aiden O'Connor, Brian Dalgal, we'll be right back. We might be back sooner rather than later if this is not, in fact, halftime. I hope it is. We'll be right back.
Most people think athletes are the only ones that have to get mentally prepared before games, but in reality, broadcasters are the same way.
Gentlemen, great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have yourselves here tonight. That's what you've earned yourselves here tonight. You broadcast 6 regular season games a year, 1 playoff game. And I expect nothing but perfection every single time. We've done good so far. But good isn't good enough. It's got to be great! Tonight we had an opportunity, as I said, to do something special. And I expect nothing but greatness from both of you. Both of you earned your positions on this team for a reason. Now go out there and show them why you're on this team and why you're part of BRTV. Bring it in right now. Let's go, boys. Give me a three. 1, 2, 3.
Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers.
It's game time.
Bean drops back in the pocket, looking down the field, looking for a receiver. He sees Summers. Bean throws the pass. It finds Summers. Summers with the catch at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Crusaders, and they're in favor! Man, just like that. Just like that. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, Durkin, it's playoff season. It's win or go home. Every game's your last.
Yeah, we need a big one tonight, man.
Yeah.
All right, boys, just about that time. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go out there, boys. Let's go. Hey, Rudy, come on. Handshake time. Let's go. Let's go. Go.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Rudy? Dude, call me crazy. This guy just moved.
Dude, you're crazy. How long were you up watching your own broadcast last night?
No, I got a full 8 hours, refreshed, good to go, but I just saw him move.
You're just crazy.
The beginning of high school is one of the most exciting times in your life. Why? Because in high school, you can do so many things. And at Brother Rice, you can be so many things. Exceptional things. You can be part of an exceptional academic environment, one in which passionate teachers and customized curricula prepare students for a post-secondary education and beyond. You can be part of an exceptional athletic program whose pursuit of excellence on and off the field has led the Crusaders to conference, regional, sectional, and state championships. You can be part of an exceptional summer camp staff that exemplifies the charitable tradition of Brother Edmund Ignatius Rice. You can be part of an exceptional community of faith where young men are accepted, recognized, valued, and challenged to grow. You can graduate as one of the exceptional Brother Rice students who were accepted into the colleges of their choice, earning over $24 million of scholarship money. You can be part of an exceptional, close-knit brotherhood of young men, one whose friendships extend decades beyond graduation day. At Brother Rice High School, you can be whatever you want to be. But whatever you choose to be exceptional.
Most people think athletes are the only ones that have to get mentally prepared before games, but in reality, broadcasters are the same way.
Gentlemen, great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have yourselves here tonight. That's what you've earned yourselves here tonight. You broadcast 6 regular season games a year, 1 playoff game. And I expect nothing but perfection every single time. We've done good so far. But good isn't good enough. It's got to be great! Tonight we had an opportunity, as I said, to do something special. And I expect nothing but greatness from both of you. Both of you earned your positions on this team for a reason. Now go out there and show them why you're on this team and why you're part of BRTV. Bring it in right now. Let's go, boys. Give me a 3. 1, 2, 3.
Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers.
It's game time.
Bean drops back in the pocket, looking down the field, looking for a receiver. He sees Summers. Bean throws the pass. It finds Summers. Summers with the catch at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Crusaders, and they're in favor! Man, just like that. Just like that. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, Durkin, it's playoff season. It's win or go home. Every game's your last. Yeah, we need a big one tonight, man. Yeah.
All right, boys. Just about that time.
Let's go, boys.
Okay, let's go. Let's go out there, boys. Let's go. Hey, Rudy, come on. Handshake time. Let's go. Let's go. Go.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Rudy? Dude, call me crazy. This guy just moved.
Dude, you're crazy. How long have you been watching your own broadcast lessons?
No, I got $40, refreshed, good to go, but I just saw him move.
You're just crazy.
Welcome back, Crusader fans. The Brothers Kicking Crusaders trail 1-0 here at Coach Tom Mitchell Field. Second half of action ready to get underway. Goal scored off a free kick. Not a free kick. A corner kick headed in by Valente Lara, the senior defenseman for the Vikings. Crusaders yet to have a shot on goal. They need to get the offense going if they want a chance at this one. Right, Brian?
Yeah, I 100% agree with you on that. Just getting shots at goal will really help and just keeping the ball in the offense.
My dad always told me, Doc, you can't score if you don't hit the net. It's a great Eddie Olchek, Brother Royce, in case nobody knew. But Edzo's right on that one. Crusaders, I mean, it's not even hit the net at this point. It's got the ball towards the net. Start floating some in there. One's bound to get in the hands of the keeper. Got a 2 on something here. Justin Hardiak rushing, couldn't get a left foot on it. Hardiak gets thrown down, no call. Right side, Crusaders have it in their offensive zone for the first time in a while. Bruce Harris has it taken away. Now the Vikings go. Played back to Brenton Dubois, the junior. Back to Dubois.
It's good to see the offense is showing up a little bit and keeping them pressured back.
I agree, Brian. Meanwhile, it was played back to Tony Moreno. Good physical play there by the Crusaders. It's going to be Viking ball. Quick kick. We got a quick kick here. Didn't work out. Ends up in the waiting arms of Oscar Cerritos. Cerritos, if you weren't with us before, playing through a wrist injury, and then on the first shot of the game, took one to the head. Still staying in the game, fighting for his team. He has been superb between the pipes for the Crusaders. He's the reason they are still in this ballgame. Hladik just refusing to get beat. Great defensive play by Joe Hladik. Gets it to Brian Barsh. Let's get some energy in this Crusader team. That was Brendan Nye, who's getting an awful lot of minutes here. St. Germain alum. One of the many St. Germain alums, as we discovered in the first half, on this Crusader team. One of them in particular we haven't seen yet is Danny Wallace. Played back to Shisheki, the junior staple of this defense, who has not gone out of the game yet. Attempted clear will fail. Elbow to the back of the head, how about, for the Vikings. That was number 20. That was Roman Harris who had to wear it for the Crusaders. Pops right back up.
I like to see the Crusaders shut them up here on offense, maybe get a shot at goal or something close.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need something. Cerritos has a heck of a leg. I mean, just one Cerritos boot like that gets you up in the offensive zone. Mistouched there by Nye. Riste couldn't do anything with it, and the Vikings regain possession. Left side, Lafrano got crossed up a little bit. Hustling down the right side to prevent. And not prevent, he was looking for a shot on goal. Ball almost rolls into the lacrosse cage. Doesn't, however. Left side, this is Riste, I believe, with the throw-in. Excuse me, Chris Casey. Casey tries to get it to Lafrano. Couldn't get a head on it. The Vikings could. Shot for the Vikings up top, and the kick is good once again. Sailed it high, did the Vikings there. I could be wrong, but this might be the first time that we've broadcasted a game with the new turf.
I think you're 100% right there.
It looks great.
Indeed, it does. The nice coloring. You have the Crusader in the middle instead of the BR like last time.
Were the end zones different colors last time or something? Maroon end zones, I think, are new.
I believe they were orange last year.
I've been here for long enough. I should know that, but I don't. The goalposts are orange now. Were those white before? Were they always orange?
Might
have been yellow.
Yellow. I think they were yellow.
So the Crusaders get a makeover. Coach Tom Mitchell-Field. The turf itself, too, is it was definitely new. We had some off-season lacrosse work. Turf was definitely new. I assume it's been broken in by now. Couple 2-3 snow football games. We'll break that turf in for you. Louis Kahn trying to get physical. Right side. Great defensive play there. It's going to be a corner kick. It's Chris Casey hustling back to prevent the shot on goal. So the defense for the Crusaders, no question about it, has been very good. It's the offense that needs to get going. It's the midfield play to be able to get it up to the offense. No such luck for the Crusaders. But 1-0 against this Laurence team is nothing to feel sorry about. But that's up until this point. Free kick low. Off the hip. Kept in. Right side, Lafrano trying to corral. Lafrano gets bumped off the ball. Viking player goes through a few more Crusaders. Shot on goal, saved by Cerritos. Wow. Oscar Cerritos. Great positioning. Great save. Shaking up a little bit. Shaking off that wrist. He should be fine. Backup goalie is up and moving. I assume just precautionary for Cerritos. Both backup goalies. Apparently we've got two. Grant Mattern was not called into action for this game prior to some reports. Hardiak, can we get a shot? Right side. Good hustle there by the Viking D-man to get back and prevent anything else from happening.
Crusaders need to get a little more physical too, I think. Try and keep the ball.
So the sophomore game is over at St. Lawrence. They started at 6. I don't know if they won. I see Coach Linus has returned to the sidelines. Couple players loosening for the Crusaders, including Danny Barry. It's one of the odd things about soccer. It's one of the few sports, with the exception of baseball, that you have to get up and you got to get going, you got to get running. You don't really have to. I mean, you can come in right off the bench. I don't see anything wrong with it. But, I mean, baseball, you can't count. They got to pressure the goalie here. He's going to have to kick it out of bounds. But they get up, they run, they stretch. I mean, You can make an exception in the NBA. They get on the bike or whatever they do. But
You could say football quarterbacks on the sideline throw the ball sometimes.
you're right. I think but this is every player, you know. Quarterbacks,
Kickers.
bullpen pitchers, yeah, it's all kickers, yeah. Kind of those positions where you gotta have your reps as much as you can get them. Hardiak, right side, he's been the center of attention on offense. Ball seems to find him in the offensive zone, but then the ball seems to find the Vikings. Louis Kahn been outstanding on defense. Joe Hladek been outstanding on defense. Hardiak has been great on offense, but he hasn't been getting the ball nearly enough. One of the two strikers for the Crusader team. Brendan Nye in there at striker right now. Coach Bronco going younger these few games. Marcos, I believe it was, yes, Marcos Martinez dealing with it up top. Back to Shasheki. Right side, Lafrano couldn't deal with it. Khan kicks it, right side, Vikings keep it. Cerritos dive, save. Oscar Cerritos just sat down Pedro Pandoja, and rightfully so. Come anywhere close to that goalie's box, he's got any right to you. Cerritos is going to have a goal kick. It's 8 o'clock here it's actually turned out to be a very nice Tuesday night. We had some drizzles earlier in the evening. Kicking Crusaders down 1-0 here. Looking to get the ball rolling on offense. Crusaders got the ball here inside the Viking zone. Let's see what they can do with it. Substitution, Lafrano out. I believe that's Restay in. Hardiak fighting on Dubois. He wins the battle, yet he loses the battle. He got positioning, he got the ball. Got that nice side wally on it. And nevertheless, it goes out of bounds. Vikings retain possession. Brian Barsh, who's had a heck of a game at midfield. Saved a goal. My favorite play I've seen in a while against St. Ignatius. Cerritos had made the first save, gave up a rebound, was out of the net. Barsh stepped in there. I think it hit him right in the head, honestly. Can't use your hands. Stepped right in there and just took one and saved a goal. Corner kick coming for the Vikings. Excuse me, free kick. No. 0 for 2 there. Going to throw in for the Crusaders. Left side and out of bounds goes Nye. Brian, there's a lot of younger kids on this team. You know any of these kids?
Seeing a couple of St. John Fisher kids. It's nice to see a lot of the young kids playing, though. Give them a chance and
true.
building up the program a little bit.
Yeah, Coach Prunkel is always he's instilled a word each year. With his team, I believe his first team, it was climb. You kind of got to climb. Hardiak got held there. Good hustle there by Justin. Good physicality too. His first year, his word was climb. They kind of had, they had Finnegan, but they didn't. It was coming off a year where Coach McLinden was their coach, and nothing at all against Coach McLinden. He's a great coach. He's coached me. He's coached. Jack Finnegan, a million great players. I just realized I compared myself to Jack Finnegan right there, really quick. No, not at all. Sadly, Cerritos might get the shot on goal. And the first shot on goal for the Crusaders belongs to Oscar Cerritos from the 50-yard line. Now, I've seen games where pitchers throw a shutout and hit a home run and win 1-0, but something like this where Cerritos is your only shot on goal, it says a lot about his character. So back to what I was saying. I kind of forgot what I was saying already. Oh, the words. Climb. Climb was the first word, so they kind of climbed up whatever sort of mountain or something they were climbing, and then ignite was their next word. Speaking of ignite, we got number 20 looking to, ignite some sort of shot on goal. Confusing myself up here. That's Shasheki, left side towards Brian Barsh. Good defense there by Joe Hladek, who hasn't come off the field yet. Shasheki almost dribbling through everyone there. and I can't find it. He finally does. He's greeted by 2 Vikings. Justin Hardiak up there alone once again. Hardiak's got a man on his back and a man in front of him. That's going to be a push on Hardiak. Extended his arms a little too much there. Danny Barry checking in eventually for the Crusaders. And I believe Danny Wallace is up and moving around on the sidelines. Could be wrong. I hope I'm right. Number 9. Oh, yeah. That's the man himself. Wallace is up and moving on the sidelines. Barry in. Hardiak out. And well-deserved break for Justin Hardiak. He's been doing a lot out there. So Coach Prunkel went with climb. He went with ignite. And now I believe the word this year is grit. You don't have Jack Finnegan. You got to get gritty. You don't have someone who you can give them the ball and say, go score. You got to. It's a team game. Pass the ball. Cross it to your own players. It's going to take some grit to play without Jack Finnegan, get used to playing without Jack Finnegan, but I think once they adjust, once they find their guys, it's going to be an easy task for Coach Prunkel's team.
I think Oscar's stepping up really big to kind of fill that spot a little bit.
We talked about it before. Oscar is a junior. I think I'm right. Yes, he is a junior. Junior out of Horizon Science Academy. He's probably good at some sort of science, but he's pretty good at goal. He should stick with that. Meanwhile, shot on goal. Left side, not on goal, just a shot and nothing doing. Yeah, Oscar, he's a junior. He started this year on varsity. He started last year on varsity. He's going to start next year on varsity. His freshman year, he was immediately called up with our team to the sophomore team. And he as a goalie, should do in every sport. They should take control of their team. And Cerritos does one of the best jobs I've ever seen, especially... I mean, he came in as a freshman. He was playing with us who are sophomores. Meanwhile, right side shot from the Vikings. Missed again. It's an A-plus chance with an F for a finish by the Vikings.
Specialist coming off a hurt wrist. Definitely stepping up and showing us all toughness in the game.
Wallace really working out his legs, stretching on the sidelines there when he's needed. Might need some sort of offensive firepower. We'll see if he's up to it. Barry takes one off the head. Wallace goes to check in. It's a pass up to Bruce Harris. Let's see if he can hustle. Nice slide tackle there by the Vikings. Wow. We've talked all day about the Crusader defense, how they've only held this team to 1 goal. This Viking defense has been great, too.
Yeah, I think Crusaders, if they get some momentum going here, maybe get the offense and close to a shot, and if not, get a goal, and be right back in this game.
Yeah, their best offensive chance so far, their only shot on goal came off of Cerritos, who Dikembe's that one up towards the top. The crossbar. Their only shot on goal was from Oscar Cerritos' boot from about the 50-yard line, right into the goalie's chest. And I shouldn't say it like that. If you can get that anywhere close to the goalie from the 50-yard line, you're doing something right. Vikings have scored on a corner kick already. This is Krzyzewski. Left foot. That's a little heavy. Vikings get a head on it, but it goes nowhere near the goal, and they're going to have to regroup. And by they, I mean Nathan Lara.
It's nice to see when the Vikings score off corner kick, Crusaders really adjust to do it and find
I'm sorry, Brian. Keep going.
the weakness and really close that gap down.
Cerritos, and it's been that type of game. We don't even know the Vikings goalie's name. It's David Gonzalez. So Gonzalez and Cerritos going back and forth there. He's a junior, as well as Oscar. 2 staples of these programs, I would assume. I don't know anything about Gonzalez except for he's got a shutout right now, and that's all that matters. They don't ask how many. Shot! Save! Cerritos! With the left foot! Thought he got hit after that, too. He's talking to the official. Joe Halatic gets down and dirty. Wow, even better. It's a 2-for-1 discount right there. They're going to say that was an elbow on Halatic when he was going down on Marcos Martinez, and it will be Crusader ball. How about that save from Cerritos, Brian?
Yeah, it was a phenomenal save. Really Put all his effort into that one, even with the hurt wrist.
I mean, he didn't even go. He couldn't. He didn't have time to adjust and make the save with two hands. He just had to throw his body in front of him and did a heck of a job of doing that. 1-0 your score here with about 26 minutes, we think, in this one. Mentioned the scoreboard is off. Can the Crusaders get a shot? Up. Oh, just missed. That was Brendan Nye, I believe. No, that was Matt Lafrano. Nice shot there by Matt. No, I don't think I was right. As much as I would like to give credit to Matt Lafrano, that was Bruce Harris.
Can't get them all.
Yeah. Sub in for the Crusaders. It is Danny Wallace. Meanwhile, we have a shot tapped by Louis Kahn out of bounds. So the Wallace Watch, sponsored by Quinn Clifford, is officially over. Danny is in the game. He's looking to make something happen. Corner kick, left side, header. Louis Kahn might have got a foot on it. They're going to say he didn't. They're going to say goal kick, Cerritos. Cerritos seeing what he's going to do with it. He's going to boot it into the wind. It's about the 40-yard line. Barry fighting for it. Can't win it. Barry chasing it down again. Restay from behind. Chris Casey now chasing. Shot! Save! Cerritos! Almost thought it went off his hands and in. I've got a bad angle up here. Oscar knows better than that. That was a great save. Corner kick here for the Vikings. Made use of a corner kick in the first half to score the lone goal in this game. 1-0. Exhilarating stuff here at Coach Tom Mitchell Field. Shot on goal, headed out by Brian Barsh. He's been all over the place tonight. This is Dubois. Left side, off of his teammate. Goal kick, Cerritos. Middle of the field. Nothing for either team. Now possession taken by the Vikings. Up the right side. Good physical play there by Louis Kahn to clear it out of bounds. Shisheki. Left side, Dubois. All the way back for the gloved man, Tony Moreno. Talked about how the gloves is a interesting style choice here tonight. However, lots of players seem to be wearing them. Right side. Nice setup. Can they finish? Shot. Turned aside. Missed the net. And Crusaders hang on. They're only chasing one. One shot could be the difference in this one. That's what Devlin Harris said from the next booth over, working the camera in the booth for Coach Prunkel as he deals with an injury.
Still got 23 minutes left. Has plenty of time to get a goal and come back in this game, or he'll be in it.
Bender on goal, won't go, a little too much. Throw in Brother Rice. Gave a shout out to Devlin in the next booth. Gabe Gutierrez also over there. Manager of this team, working hard for Coach Prunkel. Interesting that both goalies have been up and running this entire second half. They were sitting down the first half. So I think it's just a cautionary measure Worst case scenario, he's got to go. Someone's ready.
It's always good to have people ready and not get cold people in the game, still have to get warmed up a little bit.
Right side looking for a shot. On goal, turned away Louis Kahn. Been a workhorse on defense here tonight. I talked about how it's odd that all the players get up. I agree with the goalies getting up and getting ready, They got to be ready for anything and everything. Marcos Hernandez. Nope. Marcos Martinez, excuse me. For the Vikings. Looking to extend their lead to 2-0. Right side, taken away. Great defensive play by Room and Harris there. See, most teams, when you have room like that from about the 20, they pull that. They take that shot all day. So it's either just, it might just be out of respect to Cerritos. He's going to save that. But it's just, they don't seem to be taking every shot possible.
They're trying to pick their best shots, seems like.
That's one way to look at it, and that's the better way to look at it, in my opinion. Got to take your best opportunities.
And the Exeter defense really taking all those good opportunities away from them.
Yeah, the Crusader defense has been... I think the offense is taking these guys out to dinner after this game. Free kick, Shasheki. Header. Up, and kick is good again. Skull post getting some work tonight. Hopefully that's the same case on April 1st against Loyola. Brother X Crusaders take on Loyola Academy. I believe the game is at 5. It's an early start. Could be wrong.
Really excited to see the Crusaders play at home and not away, and you can watch it for RTV.
Yes, you can. I believe it's 20% capacity, but I think that's priorities will obviously be given to families of the players. So whatever news we hear about you being able to come watch, cheer on your Crusaders from Coach Tom Mitchell-Field, we will be sure to pass along. Jesse Cardeal, right side. But as Brian said, the streams will be up and running for these games. Header, on goal. Almost off the crossbar, went off the goalpost. But once again, missed opportunity for the Vikings. Devlin Harris talking about this at halftime, too. He said this could easily be a 3-0 game. Cerritos has robbed at least 5 goals. No, not 5. Excuse me, not 5 goals. 1 or 2 shots that could have easily been a goal. There's another time that the Vikings had an open goal header, and they missed the net completely. This is going to be a tall task for Cerritos, and looks like I misjudged that. He grabbed that with ease. Slows it back up. He's prepared to boot it away into the dark Evergreen Park sky. Header back to St. Lawrence. Left side. Pandoja. Shot on goal. Cerritos through his legs and in. That's one you want back if you're Oscar Cerritos. Look at that. Right away. Right away. Hand on the chest, said that's on me. Looked at everyone, said that's on me. And if you're the team, you know that's on him, but it means a lot more coming from the goalie himself. So 2-0 your score here. It's about 20 minutes, we think, left in this game. As we mentioned in the first half, there was 7 minutes on our clock when they called it for halftime. Scoreboard is not working here at Coach Tom Mitchell-Field. So it's kind of a guessing game for us, for the players. And the guessing game continues as well for the Brother Ice offense. 1 shot on goal provided by the keeper. Side, that's number 20, Nathan Lara.
See, they got a little physical and they got the ball and attempted to get back in offense, but...
So I talked about it before. I don't know if these the Lara, 2 Laras are related in any way, but if they are, they got good soccer players running through that blood. Valente Lara and Nathan Lara. I apologize. I didn't actually mark down who scored that goal for the Vikings. Just kind of watching Cerritos look at his emotions after that. Very happy to see that's a push. And he's down. It's a little aggressive when you're... There we go. Brandon Nye is back up.
It's nice to see the teammates help each other out and get them back on their feet.
It's Roman Harris. Excuse me, I'm off again. Yeah, right away. Teammate came and picked him up. Haladic backing Cerritos. Cerritos looking for any sort of hope at a Crusader offensive shot. Left side. Skied into the air in the general direction of Pedro Pandoja. That won't go. Ball goes flying into the Macaulay Field. That's where we used to practice as sophomores.
Yeah, I gotta say, this Crusader Field put a facelift on the Tower Field.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Especially in the nice nightlight with all the lights on it.
That is Pandoja again. Right side, twisted up. Not taking the shot there and finally crossing out of bounds. Vikings, Blackhawks now lead 3-0. Talked about the Panthers scoring a goal. I don't know. They must have told Duclair that this goal didn't count. Something or other. 3-0. Carl Soderberg, Grady center, getting on the board for the Blackhawks. Swatted away by Cerritos. Looks to regain it again, and he does. With that exception of the one miscue by Cerritos, he has been lights out. Just telling him to go deeper. I got this. And it looks as though he does. Right into the general direction of Wallace. Gets in there with a nice header. Danny Wallace always playing aggressive. Ooh. Oh, yeah. No, that's was a little excessive on.
Like seeing on the football field, but not the soccer field.
They gave him a yellow card. Yeah. It's a little aggressive on Khan's part. You're down 2-0. You get frustrated. Look at it. He goes right back over to make sure he's okay. But that's the type of player Louis is. He's going to be aggressive.
It's nice to see him aggressive, but it's really not good to see one of the players on either team's hurt.
Crusaders huddling up.
Appears to be okay walking out on his own power, but does look a little shocked a little bit.
Yeah, that's it's not a soft blow. Louis Kahn coming at you like that. Believe that might have been number 19, Pedro Pandoja. Vikings going with yellow numbers on white jerseys. Hard for me to tell from up here, but we'll go with that for now. Going to be Shisheki taking the free kick. Left foot booted in there on goal. Cerritos corrals with two hands and falls. And he fell awkwardly on his wrist. This is why the two goalies are up. Wow. So you hate to see if you're the Crusaders. You knew he was shaken up coming into this game.
It's wrist they took, really put him in, though. But at least they have people ready to come in.
We talked about it before. I think it's Josh Harris, so the three Harris tandem will work out. Trainer Kyle Watson working overtime here. He was just dealing with the injury on the Viking sideline and now goes out to deal with Cerritos. He's hitting the head earlier in the game. We knew coming into this game that he was questionable with a wrist injury. Not sure what this is, but I think you almost have to go to Josh Harris. Cerritos is this shaken up.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk keeping him in, even if he's somewhat able to play. I would just take him out, especially if a star player he is on this team.
I agree. I'd go Harris. We'll see what Coach Prunkle does, though. Josh Harris is a freshman.
I would at least take him out, give him a little break, and then see a little bit after.
I think it depends on the game, too. You take him out, Harris goes in, and the Crusaders get a goal. It could be different. You put in your ace.
If you're running it out, looks...
Yep. It appears Harris is coming on. Whether Cerritos wants to stay in or not, I don't think it's up to him.
I think that was a good coach move on Coach Frankel.
I agree. It's the right move. Well, the elephant in the room, there's about 4 inches between Cerritos and Harris. He's not as tall, not as wide. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, as a freshman on the Varsity team, I think it's a really good sign, though.
Yeah, this is quite the start for this freshman coming in this game, only down 2-0 against a rival.
Coach Frankel seems to have a lot of confidence in him, so I think he'll be all right.
He got him ready. He 2 hands on his shoulder, a little pep talk, walking him up to the. Keep saying the scorer's table. It's 2 jugs of Gatorade, so call that what it is. He might get early work here in this one. It's going to be a goal kick. Ball was moving too fast for the Vikings. The young players on this Crusader team, we talked about it, Bruce Harris, Roman Harris, Brendan Nye, have gotten extended playing time, and they've all been very good.
It's nice to see developing the young players in this program and seeing building the future.
We got a free kick here. We'll see if they just go straight for a shot on goal. Test Harris early. Try to put this game almost out of reach. We're going to go with a little set play here to 20. Shot. Kick up and good. There's Valente Lara. And here comes Cerritos. Wow. This kid's a trooper. There's I don't know what else you can say.
Yeah, just battling through the injury and doing anything you can for this team to try and get him back here.
So he's been on their defense tonight and their offense tonight for that matter. Restay, left side. Can't get anything to go. We've got about 14 minutes left in this one. Dubois, left side, chased by Matt Lafrano. Good D there by Matt. Get it out of play. Matt Lafrano and Danny Wallace. Excuse me, that's Joe Haladic. I think they might have taken Wallace out on us. Over Cerritos' head for a goal. I believe that's Nathan Lara. We've already seen a goal from Valente Lara. I think that might have been Nate there. I think I might have been wrong. Let's see. Could also have been, it was number 21. Jesse Cardiel, the junior, with the notch here. 3-0 Viking lead. If the Crusaders can't get something going soon, they're going to fall to 1-3. Vikings looking to continue their unbeaten stretch. Going 5-0 if they can finish out this one. From what I've heard from the team, those 4 teams that I talked about that St. Lawrence has beaten, Nazareth, Providence, Marmy, and Montini. With the exception of, I heard Montini might not be the best. Those are 3 very good teams. And to handle them like this, and the Crusaders to stick in the game defensively like this, you don't chalk it up as a win, but It's pretty close. And this Crusader team's young, too. This is the combination of young. Meanwhile, Brian Barsh gets a shot on goal. Played out by the keeper. Nice save. He put his body on the line. Matt Lafrano got the worse end of that one. Hey, oh! Okay, thank you. And number 7, Morgan Reese getting held with 2 hands. Like they're doing some sort of dance. Grabbing him and twirling him around.
A little tango action.
Yeah. Can't do the tango in soccer. It is not legal. Two subs in for the Vikings. Free kick for the goalie. I said David Gonzalez was the goalie before. I didn't look at the number. Damian Asiano, the sophomore, not even the junior. Goalie here tonight for the Vikings. Nice move put on there on Harris. I believe he's going to be offsides. Yep. So I believe I saw a few St. Lawrence fans here. Maybe some sort of policy with away fans. If that is true, Wednesday night. Is today Tuesday, right?
Yes.
That's why I got Brian here with me. He's my day guy. He tells me what day it is. So it's Tuesday today. Thursday we got Fenwick, and let me tell you, we are in for a show if there are away fans. Danny Berry shot on goal. Keep curving. Oh, just over.
A little too much power on that one.
Yeah, wow. It's like I was saying there's a fan on Fenwick. This guy is amazing. Oh, my God. He's got a horn he brings to the games, and he blows it. I don't know if he still does, but when we played at Fenwick sophomore year, he was here last year. Actually, I think he got into it with the ref a little bit, but this guy is the life of the party. So hopefully he will be here Thursday.
Got a little energy in the stadium. Especially with only
he is
20%.
not a little energy. He is a lot of energy, and I love it. Crusaders. Hardiak looking to get a cheap one there. A little tap in, but it wasn't to be. Asiano dealing with it here. Kicks it with the left. Two goalies who boot with the left here. I'm not sure how common that is in the sport. I played goalie, actually. A little bit like 5th grade. I was so bad.
Goalie in lacrosse and soccer.
Yeah, it's a different animal. That goal is too big in soccer. Let's see if Hardiak can find a way in the back of that goal. Nice defensive play there by the Vikings. Yeah, it's just too much. That goal that Oscar gave up where it kind of squeaked through his legs, I probably gave up 20 of those. Yeah, it was something.
A little different than lacrosse. You don't have a big stick in here. In a tiny little goal.
Yeah, you say that, but it is still very hard. Don't be doubting lacrosse goalies.
Well, I tried goalie a couple times. It's not the easiest thing, especially in high school with the speed players have now.
On goal, Lafrano, nothing. Yeah, but hopefully I won't be facing that many shots this year. Got you on defense in front of me. We'll see how that goes.
Especially the other BRCV crew on that team. Really fun time.
Yes, it should be fun. You and Jacob Wisgard in front of me. See where Kevin O'Connell and Paul Staudiker fit in.
Hopefully the new coach can turn us around and get some wins this year.
Yeah, you know, it is. You say it like that. Winning has not been. Last year, obviously, without a season, it was tough. But we close to a 500 team the year before, and 2 playoff win teams the year before that. It hasn't been as grim as some make it out to be. Program switched this year. Coach Hilliard leaving. Coach Haggerty taking over. With, loads of experience under his belt.
Yeah, I met with him yesterday. He's talking about the experience. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do with this. And
got a player down for the Crusaders. 2 players down for the Crusaders. That can't be good. Well, one's up.
maybe a little cramp or...
Yeah, I can't tell who it is. If that's Hardiak, he's been
I
dealing
believe it is
with
number
Restay.
7.
It's Morgan Restay.
Yeah, I think it's...
Something in the lower body area. It's like a knee, maybe a hip. They're able to get Restay up. He's limping a little. This is not what the Crusader team needs. We talked about how short-staffed they are. Losing one of your starters and Morgan Restay there, it's tough. It's tough to win games when half your team's on the IR. Cerrito's directing traffic here. Goes with the right foot. I think I was mistaken, unless he can somehow use both feet. I can barely kick with my right. Looks like he can do both. Barsh trying to get one here. Nice move. Brian Barsh with the left. Somehow gets through. Barsh, left side. Oh! Just missed, and he knows he missed it. Hands on his head. He wants that one back for sure.
It's nice to see they're really getting to the goal, though, and keeping again shots. I believe they have 2 or 3 shots in goal now.
Great job by Brian Barsh, though, creating his own opportunity there. No give-and-go action there. Just one move, second move, fake with the right, go to the left. I don't know what I'm even saying right now, but it was a great shot.
Yeah, it's cutting right to the chase and skinning the goal.
We've got a goal kick here for the Crusader. Not the Crusaders. I'm all out of it here for the Vikings. The other player down on that last play was Roman Harris. He's back up and playing once again. Nice move there on Lafrano. Lafrano said he was out. If Matt said he was out, I bet he was out. Looks like Matt was right. Throw in Lafrano. Back foot. Can they hustle to get it? No. Haven't seen Danny Wallace back in this one yet either. Got just under 10 minutes here left in this one. Throw in for the Vikings. They connect. Got some sort of hooting and hollering going down. Crusaders are going to get the ball. I must have missed something there. You see anything, Brian?
I did not. I think it was
I mean, I'll take the possession, but
maybe a little chirping going on or something.
yeah, that's the other thing I meant to relay. That yellow card in the first half was a language issue. No pushing, no shoving. Kind of I say something to ref doesn't like it sort of deal. Yellow card was issued to the Vikings. 1 yellow card aside here. And 3 goals aside for one team and no goals for the other team. Lafrano, great physical effort there. Another yellow was issued to Louis Kahn, who's back out there now. He put quite the hit into the forward for the Vikings. Right side, nice move by Robbie Velasquez. Haven't seen his name called yet in this one. Shot, no close. And with 8 minutes and 19 seconds left on the clock, that's going to do it for the game. We said we apologize for all the scoreboard technical difficulties. Crusaders fall 3-0 in this one. Kevin McDonald, Billy Reardon, Brian Dollagale, Aiden O'Connor, moderator Pat Creed here somewhere, scoreboard specialist Kevin O'Connell helping us out before the game. Crusaders fall 3-0 in this one. We will be back Thursday against Fenwick. Same time, same place. See you guys then.